Good morning. We're in the book of Mark. I found a beautiful little spot down in St. Louis. I'm going to churn out a couple of devotionals while I'm sitting here. Hope you're all well back in South Africa. And I just say thank you to all my USA friends and partners. You have been totally awesome, and I'm so grateful for our friendship and our partnership together. All right, let's talk about Mark chapter 7. From verse 32, it says this. There's some people brought to him, that's Jesus, a man who was deaf and could hardly talk, and they begged him to place his hands on the man. After he took him aside, away from the crowd, Jesus put his fingers into the man's ears. Then he spit and touched the man's tongue. He looked up to heaven and with a deep sigh said to him, Ephphatha, which means be opened. At this, the man's ears were opened, his tongue was loosed, and he began to speak plainly. Just a beautiful story, and I think it just picks up on the beautiful sensitivity of Jesus to human need. We see how he took this man aside. He didn't make an exhibition of him in front of other people. He just probably took him aside. I'm sure that people were watching, maybe from a distance, but Jesus was sensitive to his embarrassment, but he took him aside. Now, the issue of the spit is an interesting one, because some people have gone as far to say that spit has a medicinal quality, and therefore Jesus' spit will be really medicinal. It's a stretch, but there are others who say, and they will try and use this as an analogy to Jesus' first sonship, the sonship of God. Because in the Old Talmud there were passages that inferred that maybe the first son, the spit of the first son, had medicinal qualities. Jesus being the first Son of God, the only Son of God, some people would align it to that. But I think there's a redemptive aspect to this beautiful story. Jesus identified with this man at the point of his infirmity. He was a man who would kind of be rejected. Jesus spoke to him as if Jesus couldn't speak to him. So sorry. Jesus didn't speak to him because he was deaf. And so Jesus used almost sign language for this man, and he takes his fingers, he puts spit on, and he puts them in this man's ears, because no matter what he said, the man would not have heard him. And so when Jesus stuck his fingers in his ears like that, it was a beautiful picture of Jesus identifying with us at the point of our own infirmities, at the point of our own embarrassing issues, at the point of where we just realize that we have lost it, we're an embarrassment to ourselves, and we therefore think sometimes we may be an embarrassment to God. But Isaiah 53 puts us straight on this thing. And it says it's by his stripes that we are healed. It's by his stripes that he touches every infirmity of ours. For this man, it was a physical infirmity. But for us, the beauty of this whole thing is that we have a spiritual infirmity, much worse than the deaf and dumbness of this man. It's a thing called sin. And Jesus meets us at the point of our infirmity, and it's by his stripes hanging upon that cross that we get ourselves healed, redeemed, restored, and ready for heaven. I just love this picture of the redemptive aspect of what Jesus does here, where he touches this man at the point of his deepest need. Didn't embarrass him, just met him right there. Now the word Ephphatha, however, I'm not very good at pronunciation, sorry. But the word there is not some kind of magical abracadabra thing. It's a deep sigh of Jesus's desire to meet this man's need. And he has that same desire today to meet yours. And I hope that you will meet him at the point of your deepest need, the point of your own infirmity. Have a fantastic day, people, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.